Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Today is Wednesday, October 5th, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Wanted to get together with you today and do a video about an article that came out by Realtor.com today, and it's entitled, Buckle Up, Home Prices Are Getting Ready to Fall by a Lot. And wow, what are they gonna say in that article? Well, we're gonna find out because I'm gonna share it with you in just a few minutes. But before we get there, I want to talk to you guys about the roller coaster of a ride that we are on right now with interest rates. And wow, volatile market, guys. The markets are extremely volatile. It's one day a little bit down, one day it's spiking back up. But today, Mortgage News Daily has our 30-year fixed interest rate sitting at 6.95%. Now again, that interest rate is a national rate across the country. For people that have good credit, are putting a good bit of money down. But what does it look like for some other people? So I took a look at this mortgage calculator that I found online. This is going to bring in a really good illustration of what the impacts are based upon good credit and not so good credit. So let's take a look at this right here. So in this first one here, we've got a loan amount of $400,000, putting down 10% with a credit score of 720 to 739. You can see the interest rate right there of 6.945%. But what if your credit score isn't that great? Well, what's that going to do to your interest rate? If we take a look at this chart here, same variables apply, 400,000, 10% down. Only difference being your credit score is 660 to 679, going to put you at a 7.649% interest rate, guys. That is a major difference in interest rate depending on where your credit score is, which is why this affordability issue right now in the real estate market is so critical, and we're seeing buyer demand just really come to a screeching halt. In fact, this morning we got data from the Mortgage Bankers Association, and week over week, from this week to last week this year, or last year, mortgage application volume dropped 39%, right guys? People are just having a hard time affording a house right now. Drop in the comments below and let me know, what do you think interest rates are gonna go to? Do you think we're gonna hover around where we're at now? Do you think they're gonna go to 8, higher than 8? Do you think they're gonna come down? I would love to know what you have to say. And I'd also love to know for your buyers out there that were in the market a year ago, that are still kind of in the market now, but maybe you've put yourself on the sidelines, like what kind of an impact are these interest rates having on your situation? But what I want to do now, guys, I want to shift gears to this article by Realtor.com that I was talking to you about earlier. And this article, when I saw it today, I'm like, wow, this really just puts it in your face of where people think that we are gonna go. And guys, I'm here to tell you, I really honestly believe that we are in the very beginning stages of some very tricky times. I've talked about this over the last few weeks on my channel, that we are gonna go through some very tricky and difficult times going forward. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so now, because I'm putting out at least a video a week talking about what's going on here in the real estate market, not only in Charlotte, but on a national level. And I really want you guys to stay in tune with me as we move forward, because there's a lot coming down the road that's going to affect housing. And as we talk about economic news and inflation and Fed rate hikes in the future, guys, it's having a major impact and it's going to get a little tricky. So subscribe to the channel, click on the like button, stay in tune with the channel with me here, guys. All right, let's jump into this article. It's titled, Buckle Up, Home Prices Are Expected to Fall by a Lot, even if there isn't a recession. Goes on to say the U.S. Federal Reserve has completely upended the housing market, taking it from turbocharged to rapid deceleration. The effects of the Fed's rate hikes in its war against inflation are being felt in just about every crevice of the economy, as recession fears are quickly mounting. The stock market keeps falling, companies are scaling back on hiring or letting workers go, and mortgage interest rates are rising even more than anticipated, causing homebuyers to slam on the brakes. It says the Fed is determined to cool inflation, and they're willing to throw housing under the bus to do so, says Devin Bachman, Senior Vice President of Research at John Burns Real Estate Consulting. When you raise mortgage rates to the point that they're at today, it breaks the back of housing. The housing market is the most interest rate sensitive sector of the economy, says Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics. It's on the front lines of the fallout from the Fed's efforts to bring down inflation. All right, guys, so what we've seen over the last several months, the Fed is hiking the Fed funds rate, which is having an immediate impact on mortgage rates. They have gone nothing but up over the last 3 months. You know, doubled over what they were, over doubled what they were in January, guys. I know it sucks for you buyers out there, but as I said in the last video that I shot, and I'll put that up here at the end of this video, guys, just remain patient. So let's carry on with this article and see what else they have to say. All right, so here's where the article continues, and this is the headline: Buckle up, home prices are expected to fall. It says home prices are expected to fall whether the nation succumbs to a recession or not. Buyers simply can't afford the giant price tags plus the highest mortgage rates in 15 years. Pricing declines are going to happen, likely in the double-digit range, says Bachman of John Burns. We may see pricing corrections that are similar to those that occurred during the Great Financial Crisis in certain markets. Zandy believes home prices will fall about 10% nationally over the next 12 to 18 months if the country avoids a recession. If one happens, he anticipates price declines could approach 20% from peak to trough in 2024. Goes on to say sellers won't drop prices unless they have to, especially as they watch their neighbors' homes sell for record prices just a few months earlier. While about 19.5% of sellers cut prices in September, a percentage that has steadily been ticking up, the majority of sellers have held firm. Sellers are looking at prices from 6 months ago, but buyers can't afford those prices, says Ron DeVries, Senior Managing Director of Integra Realty Resources. He says there's going to be a disconnect for a while. He says that disconnect is already resulting in fewer home sales, which experts believe will continue as the uncertainty in the market grows. Existing home sales, which exclude new construction, plunged 19.9% in August compared to the same time a year earlier, according to the most recent National Association of Realtors data. All right, so guys, right now what we've got in the market, we really have a standoff between buyers and sellers, right? Buyers are saying, hey, look, I'm not paying these ridiculously high prices, especially as these interest rates continue to go up. Just can't do it, not gonna do it. And then sellers are saying, hey, my buddy down the street got X amount over asking price 3 months ago. I'm gonna list my house for the price that I think it's worth, which is probably overpriced anyway. And so they're reluctant to reduce their prices because they have seen others get, over asking price. So we've got this standoff going on in the market, and this is gonna continue for a while. So the question is, who's gonna budge first? Is the buyer gonna give in and say, okay, I wanna get in a home, I'll take your house and I'll give you X for it? Or is the seller eventually gonna have to realize, hey, buyer demand is gone. The train has left the station. I'm gonna have to reduce my price if I wanna get my house sold. So it's gonna be very interesting to see where we go in the months ahead. But we do, in my opinion, have a standoff going right now. And if you ask me, I'm a betting man on this, I would say that sellers are gonna lose. But let's get back into the article and see what else they have to say. The article continues and it says, don't expect homes to go up for sale. The silver lining for buyers grappling with higher prices and rates has been more houses are now on the market. Inventory was up 26.9% in September compared to the same time last year, according to Realtor.com data. However, like everything else in the housing market, it's a double-edged sword. It's not that sellers and builders are putting more homes up for sale. They're doing the opposite at the moment. It's that homes aren't selling as quickly, so what's been listed is sitting longer, boosting inventory. In fact, new listings were down 9.8% year over year. So guys, that absolutely is a fact, right? There is more inventory on the market, but it's not because sellers are flooding the market with new inventory. In fact, what we just read right there, inventory is down 10%. We're seeing the same thing here in Charlotte, right? We are seeing sellers reluctant to put their houses on the market because, as I've said before, they're sitting on a 2.5% to 3% fixed interest rate. Why would they go ahead and sell and take a 7.5% interest rate on the other side? It just doesn't make sense. But we are seeing more inventory because what has come on the market that normally would have sold in 2 or 3 days is now sitting for 30, 45, 60 days. So that is absolutely true of what we're seeing right now here in Charlotte. So guys, let me know again in the comments what you think we're gonna see from a price decline situation. Are our home prices gonna fall 10%, 15%, 20%, right? What do you think is gonna happen? I would love to hear your thoughts. So guys, that's all I got for today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. Just click on that subscribe button, tap on that bell for notifications, and give the video a like if you got any value from this video. And I'm gonna put the last video that I shot right here up on the screen, and you may wanna check out that one as well. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, make it a great day.